It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah.
Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves.
We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of the arguing and lying. So goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is May the 24th, 2024, and today the topic is You Have Everything You Need. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Y'all know that I worked yesterday, so that was the main highlight, at least for me personally. But I also need to give a shout out to my niecey poo. That's right. Yesterday she had, I guess, what is considered to be graduation from elementary school, man. So this lady's about to be in middle school, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I hear that she has a B honor roll and whatnot as well. So congratulations, Bailey. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, man, it's just amazing to me how much she has grown and matured and things of that nature. So to God be the glory for that. Outside of that, man, yesterday, well, hubby was hitting his goals and whatnot that he wanted to do, so that was good. Work was fine and whatnot. That all was good overall. I mean, there was some few surprising moments or interesting conversations, things of that nature. But aside from that, I mean, it is what it is, as they say. I'm trying to think anything else of significance about my Thursday. Can't really think of anything at the moment. I know I woke up around 11 something last night. I feel like I was having some dreams last night too. That was like telling me things to talk about today, but I don't know. By the time I woke up and everything, my heart and mind was clear and whatnot. So I just had, new fresh things and ideas. I can't lie to you guys, man. One of the reasons I'm a little bit late today, because I'm just really, really thinking a lot about, I guess, my current situation, which again, I do not want to complain, because I'm like, Lord, you have blessed me. You have, made a way out of no way. You gave me what my heart's desire in regards to work and things of that nature. You're allowing me to, I guess just live the dream in a lot of different ways. And so I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be complaining about, where I am in life, because I feel blessed, right, to be where I am. But at the same time, you can't help but play the comparison game, right? When you're on social media, whether you're just watching TV, whatever the case may be, you see all these people that seem to be thriving, right? They got all these businesses. They're able to really promote their businesses because they got all the money, all this different type of stuff. And you're like, Lord, well, at least today, I got real with the Lord. And I was like, Lord, why is it that it seemed like your people, we're out here, it's like we're trying to pinch pennies and things of that nature. But then there's these other people out here that's just thriving, and they don't seem to be caring about you at all, And I mean, I don't know if that's what ultimately brought me to today's conversation of You Have Everything You Need. But I feel like it definitely played a part in it. And I mean, I listened to the prayer meditation twice today. I listened to it, with myself. And then by the time NJ got up and I was still kind of thinking and whatnot, I took some time and listened to it with him. And I want to say maybe while I was listening to it with him and after we had prayed, some things came into my heart and mind about like different things I had already established and stuff. And I was like, Lord, okay. And so I was like, let me talk to my husband about, this idea or whatever. So I, asked him, hey, come here for a minute, babe. And we just talking about my idea and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, maybe this is something I can go ahead and like get established and do. I know y'all like, girl, you do so much. I know. That was another thing too. One of my, a lady that I was working with yesterday, she was asking me about some gift ideas. And, of course I'm going to give her ideas in general, but then I'm like, if you're really considering this or that, I mean, why don't you check out my website? Because I have, affiliations with, several brands, as well as, I got my own, hustles from home and whatnot that I'm doing. And I'm like, if you're really considering some gifts for ladies and stuff like that, I mean, maybe you might want to check out what I got, And as she went to my website, which is actressmiraclesims.com, she was like, man, you do a lot. And she's like, oh, more people need to know about this. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I agree. But it's been a hard road to try to get, figure out this whole marketing game and, all this type of stuff. But on the flip side, I'm like, hey, man, at least I'm open to, again, whatever the Lord wants to do with me, for me, and through me. And I get it. Like, I've had some conversations that are trying to get me to, like, think about one thing in particular. And I'm like, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what I can do to incorporate that to, I guess, kind of narrow things down and make it easier for people to, I guess, accept if they want to support or whatever the case may be. Or if they need my services and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't help that I want to use all the gifts and talents that the Lord has given me. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help that, like, I'm crazy enough to invest in myself and establish, multiple streams of income, pretty much is what it is. And so, but even with that, sometimes it still seems like it's not enough. Has anyone ever been there feeling like, man, even though I got all this, I'm doing that, I maybe, I have this coming in or whatever the case may be, you still feel like it's not enough. Or maybe, again, you're just playing a comparison game. So you see people with more and you're like, not saying that you want what they got, but it's just like, I mean, can I have a little bit more to work with? You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm trying to do, Lord, and everything like that. So your girl got another endeavor that I'm considering investing in or reinvesting in, because I've already invested in it and I just haven't done anything with it in a while. And so I'm like, I mean, maybe this may be the time to relaunch, or rebrand or something like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what the Lord do. But overall, I mean, I guess I say all that to say that, in spite of sometimes feeling like I don't have enough, right? Or, or again, feeling like, man, I am trying to make ends meet, as they say. I guess the Lord was reminding me that I have everything I need. And so here I am to remind you of that as well. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that confirmed that for me. Matter of fact, I almost forgot, but let me go ahead and give another shout out to Mountain West. That was another thing. So I didn't go deeper and tell you guys everything, but y'all know that I'm in therapy and I've been taking it every week and things like that since whenever that was. When was it? February, March, whenever it was, April, I don't know. And it's been going well. I mean, overall, I feel a little bit of a difference in myself, and I've been challenging myself to try and do some things different, as well as I guess just learning to be comfortable with myself, my choices, my thoughts, and things of that nature. And then what else? I mean, there's a lot that I feel like I've been getting from the whole therapy sessions, and honestly, like I said, I feel like I haven't been having enough time sometimes when I'm having the conversations. But regardless of all that, right? I was pretty much thinking about stopping it though, because again, I'm paying half of the fee or whatever, because my church is paying one half and then I'm paying the other half, and it's like a weekly fee that I'm paying or whatever the case may be. And because, I mean, yeah, I'm getting paid from church, and all that type of stuff, but the church is my main gig right now. I still got my hustles from home. Y'all see it on that Actress Miracle Sims, but y'all know how that goes. People gotta support or they gotta buy something or whatever for me to see that, and then again, I know I got my business endeavors. I got my, shows that I can do, but again, people gotta book me, and stuff like that, because right now we don't have a venue anymore for me to be able to host. So, my ways of quote unquote making money are all kind of like dependent on somebody buying something, to be honest. But anyway, whether you want, again, buy my books or whatever it is that I've created. But anyway, regardless of that though. So here's the thing. Like, so I was debating because of, I have a car bill now, car note or whatever the case may be, because, I had to get a new car and all that type of stuff. And so, all of those things are playing a part. So I was like, well, maybe I should just, once June hit, maybe I should just kind of pause on the whole therapy thing and then just, just finish out paying for this month and let that be that, right? Well, so I let the people know at the church. I'm like, yeah, Lord. Well, I talked to the Lord too, but I was like letting them know, like, hey, so this is what I'm thinking about doing. Maybe just stopping in June and X, Y, and Z, but X, Y, and Z. So then I'm just working. I'm doing my thing, whatever. And here come one of the lead pastors or whatever the case may be. He's like, hey, so I need to pull Miracle to the side. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh Lord, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So he pulls me to the side. I'm sorry, I'm trying to tell y'all what happened. He pulled me to the side, and long story short, he pretty much let me know that, hey, so I heard that you want to stop therapy and X, Y, and Z, and so we would like you to continue. He's like, do you feel like it's helping you? I was like, yeah, and it is. I've been enjoying it. He's like, okay. So what we'll do is, if you start going, instead of going weekly, maybe go bi-weekly, then we'll cover it for you. Now, I didn't realize that was he was saying. I thought he was saying that he would, I go bi-weekly and I pay half of the bi-weekly cost or whatever the case may be. But come to find out, he was letting me know that they would cover the whole thing for me to go bi-weekly versus weekly. And I'm like, wow, like, to God be the glory. Like, honestly, again, it's another way of the Lord showing me that he has me, you know what I'm saying? He got my back, and that also that I have everything I need. Like, even though I was thinking like, okay, well, I don't, not to be like I don't have enough, but I'm just like, I got other stuff I want to do, and you know what I mean? Like, so maybe this isn't as important to do. So maybe I need to just cut out this expense so that I can be able to do other things, stuff like that. That's what I had in my mind. That's what I was thinking about. But I guess the Lord is like, hey, whatever I'm getting from the therapy, he must wants me to continue to get, because he's made a way for me to be able to get it without having to pay now. So to God be the glory for that. Thank you again to Mountain West. Honestly, in my heart, I felt like crying when he was telling me and stuff like that. Because I'm like, again, it's just more proof to me that the Lord is there, right? And he's hearing my cry, and he's taking care of me and things of that nature. And so I don't know why we get like this. And I guess I'm talking about myself today, but I feel like a lot of people could probably get like this, right? We trust the Lord, and we take take it day by day and walk by faith and all these different type of things. But then we start to doubt, right? Then we start to fear, and then we start to wonder, like, am I crazy? All the different things that we could be thinking. And then the Lord, he'll show up again. Like, even as I was sitting here talking to my husband about, investing or reinvesting in a new / old endeavor, I got a notification about, a coaching client, that's wanting to go ahead and get some things scheduled and whatnot. And I'm like, Lord, wow, to God be the glory. You once again showing me that you're here. You're showing me that, I don't have to worry about trying to fill up my schedule or fill up my days with quote unquote work the way that other people do. And I'm not talking about, sorry I hope nobody's offended by that. Cause again, whatever work that you do is important. So, and I'm not trying to take away from nobody's work and what they do. But I guess as somebody that has been told over the years, it got to be like this and it got to be like that, or you need to do this, you know what I mean? Like, God is showing me that I don't have to do what people think, right? I can do his will, his way, and he's got me regardless of, and I know this. I've been sharing this with you guys here on the Juice and GSL for like years now, that again, God has been taking care of me, especially since 2019. I've shared this with you guys over and over and over again. But hey, man, I guess I'm just here to remind again, and then to also, because I was reminded today that again, in spite of everything, God is still in control and he is still taking care of me. So I have everything I need, and I'm telling you today that you have everything you need. So here goes some Bible that pretty much piggybacks on this conversation, y'all. Matthew 6:24 says, no one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Listen, everybody need to hear that. I know, I was talking to my husband yesterday. I was like, you ain't started yet, but I hope you take heed to what I've been telling you about this tithing thing. He's like, oh, you think I should just do it just to get it back? And I'm like, it's not just to get it back, but I think something about the exercise of trusting the Lord and saying, hey, okay, I'm going to give you this first. It has done something, in my life. Like, ever since I've really been intentional about doing it, I haven't been lacking. Now, maybe I have not been able to get everything I wanted when I wanted, or maybe I had to revamp ideas, or maybe I had to, you know what I mean? Like, but I've had something available ever since then. Like, before then, I would feel like, man, I don't have, you know what I mean? Now I feel like I haven't been at the I don't have stage. I've been at the I got something over here and I got something over there, so I would need to move it over here in order to have it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at. Like, because I don't know if it's just something about separation or also just something about, again, the intentional every time something comes in, automatically taking it out, saying, Lord, this is yours. And, you know, to do with, I don't even think about it no more. I just take it and give it. And then from there, use what I have and what I got for the rest, whatever needs to be done. And it's been there and available ever since. And so, you know, again, I do challenge him, and I challenge you, whoever you are listening to the sound of my voice, that if this is not something that you've incorporated in your life, I hope and pray that you start to do it. Because again, it is trusting the Lord with your funds. He gave you those funds anyway. And so, you know, even if you are, you know, I guess, quote unquote, pinching pennies or making ends meet or whatever the case may be, trust the Lord with whatever he gives you. You know, like, Lord, okay, you gave me $10. I'm going to give one of them dollars to show you that I trust you with what you're giving me. And then next thing you know, you probably got $20, $40 coming your way. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, wow, you know. But again, I really do believe that there's something to it. And so if you haven't tried it, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to do so. Here's another verse, y'all. Hebrews 13:5. It says, keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Again, we often need to be reminded of this, man. I know I do. And, you know, again, it's something about that love of money thing, you know. Obviously, those last two verses is dealing with that. I know these are very familiar verses, especially when it comes to money. Everybody probably have heard the Bible said these things. But again, do you challenge yourself to, again, love God more than you love money? Like, yeah, you can work and get things established. And y'all know I'm always about the whole, let's make some generational wealth and things of that nature. All that's great. But more so than that, I'm going to be, again, leaning and depending on the Lord, instilling, for example, generational spiritual health and whatnot as well, alongside of whatever generational wealth I leave behind financially, you know. And so it's just one of those things, just putting things in the right places and perspectives can really truly make an influence on you in your life. Here's another verse, y'all, Matthew 6:33. It says, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Again, like, sure, the more I sat there and think about, like, oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that, I'm not able to get this, I'm not able to get that, then it's like, you start to, again, beat yourself up by every little penny, right? But then it's like, once I started to focus on, okay, at the end of the day, like, thus far, for almost, well, okay, so there's been, 4 years of GSL? So 4 years of doing GSL, and once the team has become established, there's been people that I've been able to invest in monthly, that are helping me make GSL happen. You know, again, my editor that edits the videos for, you know, and then my virtual assistant. And so God has been providing for me to be able to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, putting their focus where it needs to be. Again, seeking God and his kingdom, right, has, you know, opened the door to, again, provide funds internationally. Like, I don't know what else to share and say. Like, I know that, like, again, when I was sitting there thinking about my ideas and thinking about, well, I really would like to do this, I would like to get that, and I would like to do this too. And I know Father's Day coming up. I know my dad's birthday's coming up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about all these things, but then I'm like, well, Lord, let me think about what you've already done established. Like, you have established GSL, and you have allowed me to be able to pay people monthly. Like, that is a blessing. Like, I'm going to stop complaining about, like, not being able to do this and do that or whatever. And I'm going to start focusing on what has already been done. And then from there, let's say, I know I'm sitting here getting reminded that, okay, wait a minute. So this has already been established. That hasn't been established. Technically, I got enough to do this and that. And you know what I mean? And then that, it'll really shift your heart and mind to focus and put things in perspective and where it should be in the right order. So again, focus on God's kingdom first. and all the other things will be added to you. Philippians 4:19 says, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. So again, if we truly believe in the God that created all things, right, then what are we worried about? Like, I get it. I know when you see the people in their limousines and their amazing houses and, you know, all the things, you're like, they got all of this, you know what I'm saying? And then there's people that live the complete opposite life, right? They live in huts and walking on dirt floors, right? And you're like, man, it seems like those people are so rich, but then really the ones that got the huts and dirt floors is probably more rich than those other people will ever be. They're rich in happiness, joy, peace, all those different things, versus again those that get all the money and stuff. Like, you see what happens with them. We hear it in the news. They got suicide, all these different results and whatnot. So again, things are not always what they seem. And so it's just one of those things to think about. And, you know, God will supply every need. I mean, again, I may not be able to get everything I want or have everything I want exactly when I want it and things of that nature. But I do have everything I need. And so I hope that these things are encourage you and inspire you today. Shout out to Miss Crystal Cooler. Hey, girl. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Today, for the Go Deeper section, I just put in for you guys to just make a list of what you have. If you're somebody that, again, you're struggling and you're like, man, I feel like I don't have this or I don't have that, then just make a list of what you do have. And put first on your list the Lord. I just helped you, whoever you are. If you got the Lord first, okay? And then from there, make a list of what you got. And then you might see that, again, you have everything you need, just like this juice I said today. So y'all have a great, great day. Let me go ahead and leave you guys with the Bible verse of today, and that's Psalm 42:11. It says, why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, you know, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.